eyes, there's a heavy blue, one to love and one to lose. Sweet divine, the heavy true.
Viewers are asking whether America's Biggest Talent show quietly kept one of its strongest performances off the air. In recent weeks, online conversations have been dominated by a single question. Did rising British vocal powerhouse Lucy Thomas deliver an AGT audition so impressive that producers held it back from broadcast? What began as scattered fan speculation surged into a full-blown debate after a wave of unofficial clips, commentary videos, and analysis channels began treating the situation like an unfolding newsroom mystery. And there's a reason her name keeps surfacing. Lucy has already built a reputation for vocal precision and emotional depth that rarely emerges from someone her age. As analysts continue digging, it's clear the sudden interest didn't come out of nowhere. Lucy's career trajectory has been unusually accelerated, especially compared to most young singers. But the intensity of this new wave of attention has left reporters, fans, and industry insiders wondering whether a major televised moment was intentionally left on the cutting room floor. And depending on who you ask, the reasoning ranges from logistical scheduling to more dramatic theories about AGT protecting the competition's unpredictability. What we do know is that Lucy Thomas is no stranger to high-profile auditions, and the story begins long before this rumored AGT moment ever surfaced. But to understand why this mystery grew so quickly, we need to look at where her journey started. For a singer who now trends on major platforms, her rise didn't start with a viral clip. It began with rigorous training most children never experience. Born in Wigan, England in 2004, Lucy Thomas showed an unusually disciplined commitment to vocal training from an early age. While most children her age were barely discovering what hobbies they enjoyed, Lucy was already working with classical techniques, breathing exercises, and tone control, the kind of foundation that typically predicts long-term potential in the performance world. Local instructors described her voice as preternaturally steady, a quality rare for young singers whose voices are still developing. Her first major step into the public eye came in 2018 when she appeared on The Voice Kids UK. At just 14 years old, she carried herself with the confidence of a far older performer, pushing through the competition until she reached the semi-finals. Even then, there were murmurs among viewers and local press that her skill set seemed too advanced for her age category. That early exposure brought the attention of Cavendish Records, who quickly recognized her crossover potential, the ability to merge classical control with contemporary emotion. Signing with the label wasn't just a milestone, it set the tone for everything she would do next. And her next phase would be the one that transformed her from a young TV contestant into a globally recognized vocalist with a rapidly growing online presence. Few teen singers go from a single television appearance to releasing multiple studio albums, yet that's exactly what Lucy achieved. After her stint on The Voice Kids, Lucy transitioned almost immediately into professional recording, a shift that typically takes performers years to prepare for. Her debut album, Premiere, showcased her ability to reinterpret well-known songs with emotional clarity, drawing interest from vocal coaches and musicians who were surprised by her accuracy and restraint. Instead of feeling the need to rely on showy runs or dramatic belting, Lucy leaned into a controlled, cinematic tone, a choice that set her apart from many young vocalists chasing quick viral moments. Her follow-up albums, Encore, Timeless, and Destiny, continued to build her reputation. Industry reporters noted that her selections were ambitious, songs requiring dynamic control, subtle shifts in tone, and mature interpretation. Listeners gravitated to her recordings not just because of the music itself, but because her delivery carried a kind of emotional weight rarely seen in artists her age. By this point, she wasn't just a young singer with potential. She had become a recognized figure within the classical crossover community. And while her recording career gained momentum, another platform was about to magnify her reach even further. Because what happened when she entered the YouTube space changed everything. One performance, uploaded quietly online, would unexpectedly ignite a surge of global reactions. Lucy's YouTube journey became a defining chapter in her rise. With polished audio, cinematic visuals, and clean vocal delivery, her covers began spreading rapidly. One of the most notable was her rendition of Hallelujah, which quickly drew millions of views, prompting reactions from vocal analysts, music teachers, and casual listeners who claimed the performance carried an emotional sincerity they hadn't felt in years. What set her channel apart was her consistency and her ability to elevate familiar songs without over-stylizing them. Viewers described her voice as pure, unforced, and unusually emotionally connected. Reaction channels began creating an ecosystem around her content, each adding commentary that introduced her voice to new audiences. And as the numbers grew, so did the conversations. People started questioning how someone with such vocal precision hadn't yet appeared on more major televised talent competitions. That question became even more urgent when the AGT rumor started taking shape. Because soon, speculation began circulating that Lucy had auditioned for America's Biggest Talent stage, and the story only grew from there. The rumor began quietly, just a few comments online, but it soon snowballed into one of the most discussed unsolved moments in AGT history. According to circulating claims, Lucy Thomas delivered a standout audition on America's Got Talent, allegedly impressing the judges to the point where some fans described it as season-shifting. Yet the supposed audition never appeared in the televised episodes, the online lineup, or the official AGT archives. This absence is what ignited the ongoing debate. Fan-made videos began analyzing every angle, scheduling conflicts, licensing issues, or even the theory that AGT producers might have withheld the performance because it could overshadow other contestants. Although no official AGT confirmation exists, the rumor gained legitimacy simply because of Lucy's undeniable vocal ability. Many viewers believed she would have been a major threat in the competition. The mystery intensified when commentary channels began treating the situation like a newsroom investigation, dissecting whether clips circulating online were authentic or speculative. Despite the uncertainty, one thing became clear: the rumor itself elevated her name dramatically, and the aftermath of that rumor would push her spotlight even further. It's rare for an unconfirmed TV moment to generate more engagement than an aired one, but that's exactly what happened here. As the AGT rumors spread, Lucy's online metrics spiked. New subscribers, new reaction videos, and a surge of renewed interest in older performances. Reporters noted that even without confirmation, the story worked in her favor. Fans framed her as an under-recognized talent overshadowed by network decisions, while others argued it was evidence of how digital platforms now outshine traditional TV exposure. The speculation also encouraged more people to explore her discography, leading to wider recognition of her studio work, especially songs from Destiny and beyond. What's striking is that Lucy herself remained quiet throughout the discussions, neither confirming nor denying the situation, a silence that only increased the intrigue. In many ways, the rumor achieved what many artists hope for but rarely obtain: viral momentum driven entirely by audience curiosity. And as her visibility rose, she began stepping into new professional arenas that further solidified her credibility. While the AGT rumor grew, Lucy was quietly taking steps that proved she didn't need a televised moment to advance her career. In 2024, Lucy made her West End debut, supported by a full orchestra and seasoned vocalists. It was a leap that many performers twice her age still hoped to achieve. This milestone demonstrated that her career trajectory was not defined by talent shows, but by consistent artistry and professional development. Her most recent albums reflect that evolution: deeper tone, refined control, and a stronger interpretive style. Analysts point out that her shift into more mature material shows she's transitioning from a promising young performer into a fully realized artist with long-term potential. This phase of her career makes one point clear: whether or not the AGT audition occurred, Lucy Thomas has moved beyond the realm of aspiring contestants. She is carving out a space defined by musicianship rather than competition. And that leads to the final question: what does this entire situation reveal about modern stardom? The real story may not be whether the audition happened, but what the public's reaction says about today's entertainment landscape. Lucy Thomas's rise illustrates how drastically the industry has shifted. A single rumor, amplified by online communities, generated more conversation than an entire televised season of a major talent show. It suggests that traditional platforms no longer hold exclusive power over who gains visibility. Whether the AGT audition exists or not, its impact is undeniable. It sparked renewed interest in Lucy's catalog, brought attention to her West End achievement, and positioned her as a singer who commands global intrigue. The situation also serves as a reminder: in today's media environment, the audience, not the network, decides who becomes the story. And as reporters continue tracking her career, one thing is certain: Lucy Thomas has captured worldwide attention, not through controversy or shock tactics, but through consistent vocal excellence. Whatever the truth behind the AGT rumor, it has become part of her larger narrative. A young artist navigating a digital age where talent, mystery, and timing can combine to create unstoppable momentum.